For those of you that thought they would never see a Lexus at Omega Auto Clinic, here we go. We got one in the shop. We're going to take a look at this thing, how nice it is, and why it's here. Let's get started. So yes, there is a Lexus in the Wizard shop, finally. This one is a 2009 Lexus LS460, and it is huge. This would be a Lexus version of a big old frumpy Cadillac, or an S-Class Mercedes, and it is very, very nice. I don't get these very often to come into the shop because they're Toyota Lexus. They don't have a lot go wrong with them. They're just really that good of a car. And when something does go wrong with one of these, usually off the top of their head, the first thing they think of is not a Euro shop. They take it to the local guy or a dealership or whatever. But this guy happens to be a friend of mine. He's in Hutchinson with Best Value Auto Sales. And the problem that it has today cannot be fixed here, unfortunately. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but first, let's take a look around it. Let's look under the hood, and we'll put it on the lift. So we'll start at this corner and work our way around. It looks very similar to a Mercedes-Benz, an 07, 08 Mercedes. I think that's what they were competing with. So it has a lot of similarities in styling. But this one's in pretty decent shape. It's not dented or beat up. It's a very nice silver color. Tires are in good shape. It has nice wheels, really cool looking wheels. We come around the back, you can see where this car came from, bestvalueautosales.net in Hutchinson. This one's in very good shape, and it rides very nice. Again, down this side, it's not dented, not rusted out, no serious scratches or gouges. And the front looks really nice, looks like a Lexus, very classy, very, very elegant. Let's go ahead and open the hood and see what's going on underneath there. There it is, a big silver piece of plastic. There's not much to see there. But underneath there is a 4.6 liter V8. I'm not going to tear it all apart to show you the engine, but it's there. Trust me, guys, it's there. These are good engines. Any of the Lexus or Toyota engines are pretty good engines. So the big question is, why is it here and why can't I fix it? Let's take a look. So here we have the braking system on this car. There's no brake booster like a vacuum booster or anything. It's all one big computerized module. There's the hydraulic unit. There's a control module, ABS, VSC, TRC, traction control, and here's a reservoir for it. Right now there are codes in this car that's saying that there's a failure with the system. What it is the accumulator is bleeding down. There's some issues inside the system internally. I've done a lot of research on this, and really nobody rebuilds these. This unit, being that it's not really able to be rebuilt, it needs to be replaced. And I don't have a problem replacing this for the guy who owns this car. The problem lies is that it needs to be VIN coded or programmed to this vehicle. And I don't have the abilities to program Toyotas. I don't get a lot of Toyotas in the shop. So for me to install this, and then he could tow it to the dealer and have it programmed, by the time he pays the tow bill and my bill and the part, he could just have the dealership do it and get it over with. In the forums and things that I've read, people that have this issue, as you get to the bottom of the post, get towards the end of the post, the common consensus is, I had to break down and take it to the dealer and pay out the you-know-what to finally get it fixed. I tried this, I tried that, it didn't work. I just finally had to go to the dealer. And that's what the situation is going to be here, unfortunately. A lot of people have commented I should get programming abilities in the shop, but I have, as you can see behind me, so many different types of makes and models that come through the shop. There's no way I could pay to have programming ability, the annual fee, for each and every make and car in here. So to have access to the Toyota server and get all the software and everything to program these cars to their database, $2 or $3 grand a year for Toyota. Mercedes is 3 or 4 grand a year. Chevrolet is 2 or 3 grand a year. Ferrari is 25 grand. And it just keeps going. One day I actually sat down and calculated this all out. If I wanted to be able to program every make and model that comes through here annually, I would have to pay almost $200,000 a year. And I might program 1 or 2 cars a year off of each make and model. It's completely not even feasible. That's not a good business model. So,
Car Wizard, what kind of items have to be programmed?
ECMs, brake control modules. A lot of newer cars even have the window regulators have to be programmed. Some of the Volkswagens and things. Climate control modules. There's a lot of different things on these cars that need to be programmed. But unfortunately, we don't do that here.
Isn't that a big case for the right to work?
It could be. You do have the right to do it. I have the right to do it. It just costs money. They're like, okay, you can have access to that stuff, but you're going to pay us a hefty fee every year. It's not like you pay it once and you're done. It's every year, after year, after year, you have to pay it. So that is not going to be something I can help him with, and it really makes sense for him to just take the whole car to the dealer and let them get this done for him. Kind of stinks. It's going to be expensive, but it's such a nice car. You don't just dump this car. You finally get it fixed so you can do something with it, you can drive it, and it's safe. Me not being able to program a car for a customer is actually not a very common issue. Maybe 5% of my business I have to turn away for somebody to take it to a dealership. 95% of everything else I'm able to take care of for customers. But for that extra 5% of income and to have to spend that many thousands a year, it's just not worth it here. So let's go ahead and get this cover back on, get the hood closed, and let's get this thing on the lift. Man, this is heavy.
Looks like you're getting a workout there, Wizard.
Yeah, this is a big heavy car. All right, let's take a look and see what we see. Really not a lot here, just a big belly pan. We'll go ahead and check the wheels. Brakes look good. Nothing loose there. Sway bar link is good. This suspension looks very much like an Audi or something. It's got multi-control arms. There's 2 up top, 2 on the bottom, and a strut. Very reminiscent of an Audi to me. Go to the other side. Brakes are good. Nothing loose. Here's a ride height sensor. Sway bar link is good. Struts look good. We'll peek through here. We can see the oil pan's leaking. It is not. Everything looks nice and dry. Here's our oil pan for oil drain. Nice and dry there. Transmission's nice and dry. It's a Toyota, it doesn't surprise me. What's interesting, it's got a flex disc on it, like a Mercedes. Not a U-joint, but a flex disc. Pretty neat. It's in good shape. Here's our dual exhaust. That's interesting. It pretty much has true dual exhaust all the way back. That's pretty cool. Here we have a flex disc again. There's a little bit of cracking in there, but that's just from the mold. That's nothing to be worried about. It's a normal little open chamber there. And the rear differentials clean, no leaking. Check the CV shafts here. They're good. Nothing loose back here, I don't think, no. Brakes are good. Very complicated rear end, just like an Audi or Volkswagen. All these different arms everywhere. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. Check the other side out. Nothing loose there. Good brakes. CV shaft's good, the boots aren't torn, shocks are good, sway bar links are good. Everything looks nice under here. And here we find out why I don't get a lot of Toyotas and Lexuses in the shop. They just keep going. They don't give a lot of fuss and a lot of trouble. They just work and they work and they work. Now, no car manufacturer is perfect or without flaw. But to me, Toyota or Lexus is about as close as you can get. You can buy the car, enjoy the car, without something breaking every 3 months. Let's go ahead and get this thing lowered down. Let's take a look at this really nice Lexus interior. Okay, the dash is nice. The interior is actually very nice. It's to be expected. It's a Lexus. And Mrs. Wizard made a comment that she feels like she's being hugged. It's the armrests are at even height. The seats are very comfortable and they wrap around your back. Got nice wood grain, GPS, navigation. It smells very nice in here. It smells like Gucci leather. Very, very nice. Got your rear sunshade. Rear seats are in good shape. Very nice and clean. And a nice sunroof. Everything's really nice in here. Lexus doesn't really build cars where the interior is just striking like a Bentley Continental or an Arnage or something. That's not what they do. But they do compete with Mercedes-Benz on a level that's very clean, very nice, very stylish, but it's not over the top. So that's the demographic that they would sell to. Not too flashy, but yet very luxurious at the same time. But this one is very, very nice. So thanks for following along on this really sweet Lexus. I know in the comments you guys seen it in the background and you're like, we want to see the LS460. So you got to see it, you got to check it out, and you got to find out why it's here, and unfortunately I won't be able to fix it. And the owner is understanding of that. If you're interested in buying this once it's repaired, you can check out Best Value Auto Sales in Hutchinson. I'm sure he'll get you the price and all the information on it. But anyways, thanks for following along, and if you're interested what kind of tools we use...
Wait. Car Wizard?
What?
What is this? There's a huge elephant in the room or shop or whatever the heck this place is.
Oh, yeah, that's actually from Hoovie's Garage Secret Santa video. Many of you guys have already seen that video, and I won, or was gifted, this big, huge conversion van.
I'm having flashbacks of when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's from the early 90s. It's a really cool van. I'm going to fix a few things on it that it needs. I got a really good idea with it. I'm going to donate it to someone who's needy, who needs a nice vehicle. I definitely don't have a need for that. Do you?
No, I do not have a need for a multi-passenger 90s creepy van.
But in Hoovie's video, you could see that you knew nobody's going to pick the huge van. Nobody wants that thing. Yes. I really don't want it either, but I know someone who does. So that explains the van.
Good. Well, let's wrap this video up. So, you know, if you want to know what kind of tools he uses, check out the Amazon affiliate link in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed, we got this one coming up next. Yeah, we're going to do a video on the van. You definitely don't want to miss that. It's a really cool van. Otherwise, it's time to go.
Let's go. Thanks for watching.